It is smaller than many cities on Earth. Yet for thousands of years, empires have marched armies toward it. Religions have fought over it. Nations still argue about who truly belongs there. This tiny land, Israel, has shaped the history of the world in ways few places ever have. But why? Why has this narrow strip of land in the heart of the Middle East been fought over for more than 3,000 years? To understand today's conflicts, we must travel back to the very beginning of the story. Long before modern nations existed, the land that would later be called Israel was already deeply significant. According to the Bible, the story begins with a wandering man named Abraham, who believed that this land had been promised to his descendants. Generations later, the people who would become the Israelites settled in the region after their journey from Egypt under Moses. Over time, tribes united and formed kingdoms. The land was no longer just a homeland. It became the center of their faith, their identity, and their future. Around 1,000 years before the time of Jesus, powerful kingdoms emerged. Among them were the Kingdom of Israel and the Kingdom of Judah. Their capital became the city of Jerusalem. For centuries, this land was ruled by the Israelites themselves. But their control would not last forever, because powerful empires were rising across the ancient world. In the 6th century BCE, the armies of the Babylonian Empire invaded. Jerusalem was destroyed. Many of the people were taken captive and forced into exile. It was the first time the Israelites lost control of their homeland. Yet some people remained. Small Jewish communities continued living in the land even after the conquest. Centuries later, another empire would deliver an even more devastating blow. The Roman Empire crushed a Jewish rebellion in the year 70 CE during the siege of Jerusalem. 70 CE. Jerusalem was burned. The temple destroyed. Large numbers of Jews were killed or expelled. Many were scattered across Europe, North Africa, and Asia. This became known as the Jewish diaspora. But the land was never completely empty. Even after the destruction, small Jewish communities continued to live in the land alongside other populations. Over the next centuries, the land passed through the hands of many empires. Among them were the Byzantine Empire, and later Islamic rulers. Arab populations gradually became the majority in the region. For hundreds of years, the land was known internationally as Palestine. Later, it would fall under the rule of the Ottoman Empire, which governed the region for about 400 years. During all this time, Jews lived scattered across the world, but many still viewed the land as their ancestral homeland. By the late 19th century, Jewish migration back to the land began increasing. Many came seeking refuge from persecution in Europe. Others came believing they were returning to their historical homeland. After World War II and the horrors of the Holocaust, global pressure grew to create a Jewish state. In 1948, the modern nation of Israel was officially established. But the declaration immediately triggered war. Neighboring Arab countries rejected the creation of Israel. War erupted in the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. Over the following decades, the region saw multiple conflicts, including Six-Day War, Yom Kippur War. The struggle over land, security, and identity continues to shape the politics of the Middle East today. A land sacred to billions, a history stretching back thousands of years. Empires have risen and fallen here. Nations have fought and borders have changed. Yet the same question still echoes across the world. Who truly belongs to the land of Israel? And after thousands of years of conflict, will this land ever truly know peace?